You gotta be careful with this. I did not know this until I made it. It has a high, or can have a high arsenic level. So what you need to do is, okay, I'm gonna show you my poke bowl meals that I'm using for my Skiploads right now. My Skipload is a lot cleaner than it normally is, primarily because it's been working well and I've been eating clean for quite a while. So anytime now I go and I eat bread or other carbs that I'm not used to, I get a bit of an inflammatory response, so I'm sticking with it. A lot of people have asked me about what I put in them, that sort of thing. So I'm gonna go through the measurements, I'm gonna go through the ingredients, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what I'm putting in. Actually, when I'm done, I'm gonna hit my first Skipload meal for the day. So probably four bowls today. Everything I eat is organic. I'm 54 years old. I want to be as healthy as I can. I was ordering my poke bowls from the Poke Company here in Wellington, Florida. They delivered. I'm lazy. It worked out well, but it was a couple $100, about $200 by the time I ordered 4 or 5 poke bowls and had them delivered. So I thought, well, let me see what I can do to make them at home. And it comes out, I did the math, it's less than 50% of that cost. So what I did was I go to Wild Fork, get my sushi grade salmon, sushi grade ahi, and I go to Whole Foods for everything else and get all my organic stuff that I put in it. So I'm gonna go through these measurements real quick. 500 grams of rice, jasmine rice. I use jasmine rice, I like it. Seeds of change, real quick. Throw the pouch in the microwave and it's good to go. And I got a list here, so I don't want to screw this up. 500 grams of rice is what I start with. 30 grams of macadamia nuts for some good fat. And the Poke Company doesn't put macadamia nuts in their bowls, and it's a really nice addition, so I'm kind of liking that. 200 grams total of ahi tuna and salmon, so about 100 grams a piece, give or take. Let's see. All right, this is a combination here. I put everything so I didn't have 4 bowls. Half a cup of everything that's in here. Half a cup of cucumber, because I like the moisture, the water content. Half a cup of pineapple. Half a cup of papaya, which the Poke Company doesn't put in either. They put in mango, which is okay, but it's kind of close to pineapple, so papaya has a little bit different taste. And I really like that. So we're gonna dump everything in here. Something else that I add that the Poke Company doesn't, they have pickled carrots and they have pickled ginger, but not a big fan. So I like pickled onions. So I went looking, Jeff's Garden, pickled onions. Dump those in. 40 grams avocado. And hijiki seaweed. You gotta be careful with this. I did not know this until I made it. It has a high, or can have a high arsenic level. So what you need to do is you need to soak it for 20 to 30 minutes. Then you need to, I put paper towel in a colander and I drain it. Then I put it back in new water and I boil it for 20 to 30 minutes. And I do the same thing. I filter it in a colander with paper towel and then I rinse it. And put that in there too. Ponzu sauce. Okay, I'm not a big fan of soy sauce by itself. It's too salty. I know you can get the reduced version, which is essentially they just take regular soy sauce and add water to it, which is kind of a ripoff and a scam if you think about it, because you could just get regular soy sauce, add your own water to it, and you would get twice as much low sodium soy sauce. I'm a big fan of ponzu, but I have to be careful with ponzu because the ones that are high in kind of a vinegar, they're very acidic. They don't sit well with my stomach after a couple ponzu bowls, or a couple poke bowls with the ponzu in them. And it's very, very light. There's not much taste. So I came across this ponzu, I think you say it's Sadaki citrus. And I combine it 50% to 50% of this high quality soy sauce. I can't tell you because it's in what it is, it's in Japanese. But it's like a $22 bottle of soy sauce. So I do that 50-50 and we'll dump that in there too. Mix it all up. Basically, those are the ingredients. It's going to yield about 175 grams of carbs, 45 grams of fat, and about 55 grams of protein. Now, a lot of times that might leave me a little hungry because I'm pretty low, especially by the end of the week. I'm pretty low calorie, right around 2,000, 2,200 with my cardio and everything. I'm pretty depleted by the end of the week. So I like to add Purely Elizabeth granola. And these are kind of, they call them their cookie version, or their cookie granola, but their regular granola is exactly the same thing, and it's exactly, or almost exactly the same macros. So I think they went with the cookie as kind of an advertising gimmick. Nonetheless, it's very good. Made with, again, it's organic. It's whole grains. It's, you know, they use coconut oil, things like that. It's just great stuff. I can't do, for whatever reason, I can't do bread right now. I tried toast a few weeks ago and it just messed up my guts. I want to say I don't have gluten issues, but when you stay away from gluten for a long time, mark my words, you come back to it and you have enough of it, because I had a couple pieces with each poke bowl and they were thick. I cut them myself, about an inch thick. I got a loaf of Zach the Baker. If you're in South Florida, Zach the Baker is awesome bread out of Miami. So it's all over the South Florida area. Maybe all over the Florida area now, but didn't work too well. So I went back to the granola because I tolerate it so well. Outside of that, that's it. Well, I do have a Liquid Death. I do wash it down. My first one's with a Monster, but then it's Liquid Death. 20 calories. It's not exactly zero, but on a Skipload day, 20 calories, 20 calories. So it's essentially just sparkling water, flavored sparkling water. Great stuff. That's it. It's boring, but when it works, being boring is fine.